If you are lying awake at 3 in the morning, staring at the ceiling, wondering whether you should stay or go, this video might be the most important thing you watch all year. Because the decision to leave a partner is one of the heaviest choices a human being can make, and most people get it wrong. Not because they leave when they should stay, and not because they stay when they should leave, but because they never actually think it through clearly. They operate on pure emotion, on impulse, on fear. And today, I want to walk you through 8 things you genuinely need to consider before you make that call, so that whatever you decide, you can live with it. Let me start with something that might catch you off guard. The biggest trap people fall into when evaluating their relationship is that they cannot separate how they feel from what actually happened. And look, your feelings absolutely matter. I am not dismissing them. But when you are deep inside a relationship, your emotions act like a fog machine. They cloud everything. You remember the way your partner looked at you last Tuesday and suddenly all the red flags dissolve. Or you remember that one terrible argument and suddenly every good memory fades to black. Neither of those perspectives is the full truth. So here is what I want you to try. Imagine your relationship is a story that belongs to someone else, a friend, a coworker, a stranger on the internet. Describe it from the very beginning using nothing but facts, not feelings, not interpretations, just events. How did you two meet? Who pursued whom? How long before problems started showing up? What were those problems? How were they handled? If you write this narrative down and read it back to yourself as if it were about two people you have never met, what would your honest advice be? Would you tell that person to stay? Would you tell them to run? This exercise alone has saved people years of wasted time because it strips away the emotional interference and lets you see the pattern for what it is. Now, the second thing to consider is whether your relationship is actually helping you grow or whether it is slowly shrinking you. Think about this honestly. Since you entered this relationship, has your health gotten better or worse? Are you eating well, sleeping well, exercising, taking care of yourself? What about your goals and ambitions? Has this person supported your dreams or have they subtly discouraged them? Have your friendships expanded or have they withered because your partner demands all of your time and energy? A good relationship should function like a multiplier. It should make both people more capable, more confident, more alive. If instead you feel like you are operating at half capacity, if you feel smaller than you did before this person entered your life, that is information you cannot afford to ignore. Third, and this is a big one, examine how conflict works between you two. Every couple disagrees. That is normal and healthy. But there is a massive difference between two people who can sit down, express their frustrations with respect, listen to each other, and work toward a resolution, versus two people who scream, slam doors, give the silent treatment, and then pretend nothing happened 3 days later. Pay attention to the cycle. Do you fight, make up physically or emotionally, forget about the issue, and then find yourselves having the exact same fight a month later? If your conflicts never actually get resolved, if the same issues keep circling back like a broken record, that is a sign that something fundamental is not working. Healthy relationships show progress. The problems should be getting smaller over time, not staying the same size or growing. Fourth, ask yourself what kind of person this relationship has turned you into. This one cuts deep, so brace yourself. Have you done things you are not proud of since being with this person? Have you lied more than you used to? Have you become jealous, suspicious, controlling, or anxious in ways that did not exist before? Sometimes, a relationship does not just fail to bring out the best in us, it actively brings out the worst. And it is not enough to only catalog your partner's mistakes. You have to honestly look at your own behavior too, because the dynamic between two people is always a two-way street. Fifth, consider something that therapist Esther Perel talks about beautifully, which is that every choice comes with loss. If you leave, you will grieve the good parts. You will miss the inside jokes, the comfort of a familiar body next to you, the dream of what you hope the relationship could become. If you stay, You will grieve the version of yourself that wonders what life would have looked like on the other side. There is no decision here that is completely painless. Expecting zero doubt or zero sadness is unrealistic and will keep you stuck forever. The question is not whether the choice will hurt. It will. The question is, which pain are you willing to carry? Sixth, before you walk away, ask yourself honestly whether you have done everything within your power to improve things. Not whether your partner has changed, but whether you have. Have you clearly communicated your needs, not in the heat of an argument, but calmly and directly? Have you told your partner specifically what you need from them? Many relationships die not because the love is gone, but because both people assume the other one should just know what to do. They confuse talking about problems with actually solving them. Conversations without follow through action are just noise. So, before you leave, make sure you have genuinely tried, not just complained. Seventh, think about whether you are staying out of love or out of fear. This is the question people avoid most aggressively because the answer scares them. Are you still here because this person genuinely enriches your life? Or are you here because the thought of being alone terrifies you? Are you afraid of starting over? Afraid of what people will think? Afraid that nobody else will want you? Fear is one of the worst reasons to stay in a relationship because it slowly erodes your self-respect until you barely recognize yourself. And self-respect is the real currency here. At the end of the day, when you are alone with your thoughts, do you like the person you are inside this relationship? Does being with this person make you respect yourself more or less? Eighth, look at the history of your lowest points together. Every relationship has rough patches, but the nature of those rough patches tells you everything. Was your worst moment a week where you were both stressed and snapped at each other, or was it a full-blown breakup followed by getting back together, followed by another breakup? Couples that repeatedly split and reconcile rarely make it long-term. That pattern of instability is not passion, it is dysfunction. And the on again, off again cycle trains both people to believe that leaving is always an option, which makes genuine commitment nearly impossible. Now, here's what I want to leave you with, and this might be the most important thing I say in this entire video. Do not confuse preferences with deal breakers. Your partner leaves clothes on the floor. They prefer a different restaurant than you. They go to bed later than you do. Those are preferences. They are not reasons to blow up a relationship. But your partner refuses to respect your boundaries. They dismiss your emotions. They betray your trust repeatedly without genuine change. Those are deal breakers. Knowing the difference between these two categories will save you from either leaving a perfectly good relationship over trivial annoyances or staying in a genuinely harmful one because you keep minimizing serious problems. Whatever you decide, own it fully. Do not leave and then spend years blaming yourself. Do not stay and then spend years blaming your partner. Make the choice with clear eyes. Accept that some grief will come regardless, and then commit to building the best possible life from that point forward. You deserve a relationship that adds to your life, and you also deserve the courage to walk away when one does not. I trust you to make the right call. Just make sure you actually think it through first. If this helped you see your situation more clearly, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment telling me what you are wrestling with right now, and make sure to subscribe because we dive deep into this topic all the time. I will see you in the next one.